It's 11:55 in I think it's 11:55 in March right now. I am Nelson Stokes, ever known as Serpent Stokes, and this is video number 2 about the Serpent skirmish, I guess you could call it, because it's my take on like a fight between two superpowered people. Well, I think I'll talk about it and tell you the reason why I think they would win in a fight. And this time it's going to be between Generator Rex and the Blue Beetle, because I feel like they would be a good people to fight, because they both use like technology to upgrade their fighting, and I feel like that would be a good fight. And this is gonna be on YouTube. My name is Nelson Stokes. All you have to do is type in my name, and that's my YouTube channel. Please put a like, and you don't have to subscribe. I mean, I'd like if you did. But yeah. By the way, I live in Illinois, Evanston. If you ever want to hang out sometime, call me. My number's probably on my Facebook page. So, anyways, I get into business. Generator Rex is basically a guy that got fused with nanites, like these ever-changing nanites. So he can manipulate nanites into making like gear that he can use, like a hover pack. Like he does that. A giant metal sword he can do. Battering ram, I think he did once. Trying to think, he does laser cannons and stuff. It's a lot like the Blue Beetle, who can do the same thing, really. But he can, as long as he can, like, adapt. I mean, they both can really adapt. But I don't think there's a limit for either of them. And, like, they can adapt to any type of weapon. Like, but the thing is, with Blue Beetle, I feel like the adaptation in the comic books and the shows that Blue Beetle has been in have just been more been shown. So I mean, like, we know more about the Blue Beetle and how much he can use his tech and changing. Like, and he doesn't just have one mind. He has two minds to help think about, like, two minds that help, but they kind of argue at times, so that could be a downer. But it could be a upper too, because then you have they discuss on what weapons that would be best fit the fight, and that's why the scarab on his back is handy. But it's also like a disability, because they get in a lot of arguments over it, and he takes drastic measures, the scarab. So half the time they're arguing. So in that time, Generator Rex could take advantage of that and overtake Blue Beetle. And I feel like that's the defining factor in the fight. If the scarab is talking to him while he pulls out a sword and slashes him, I know he can heal and stuff, but I think his nanites could also counteract his. So once he sticks that blade in there, his nanites are going to try destroying his. You know, there's little scarab nanites. And it just matters who has more nanites. And I think Blue Beetle does have more nanites, but it's not really nanites. It's like these robotic bugs that are in his blood that are healing him, almost like nanites. But he doesn't call it that. I think he calls them scarabs. And this is what I know from the comics. Probably there's someone out there that knows more about these two, but from what I can see, I think Blue Beetle would win unless his nanites, Generator Rex nanites, are more powerful. that's all I was gonna say for this episode. And I look to the future for the next episode. It is 12:01 p.m. This video is now finished. I am Nelson Stokes. Have fun with the skirmish. Be like the serpents.